Hi everyone, welcome to this week's weekly manifesting forecast. I'm Rachel Chamley and this week I have three amazing cards for you. So before we start, we have until Thursday with the doors open for Awaken the Abundant You. So if you've been thinking about joining and you are waiting for a nudge, then that's the nudge. You've got until Thursday to sign up for that 12-week program, so don't miss out. Right, now take a nice deep breath and pick card 1, 2, or 3. If you've chosen card 1, we've got Warrior Woman. Now, this card come up last week as well, so there's a bit of a theme here, but this card is saying it's time to stop holding yourself back. You have been listening to your ego, you've been playing small, you are hearing inside that you're not good enough, it's not for you, those desires aren't yours deep down inside. And this card is saying it's time to fight that inner chatter. It is time to get out your head and go after what you really want, because your desires are for you, your desires want you more than you want them. And you are just holding yourself back by listening to this inside chatter that you have going on. So the fight is actually with yourself. The fight is to say, yes, I am good enough and I'm going for it anyway. Despite my fears, I am going for these desires. This is where I'm meant to be. This is my path. So you've got to get a bit of courage this week, you warrior women. It's time to just go for it. Stop holding yourself back. All you're doing is listening to your ego and playing small, and that isn't where you're meant to be. So grab your sword, shut out that chatter and go for it. Now, card number 2, you got Imrama. Where are you being called to? So there's big energy around going after your desires at the moment, and we're moving into March this week. And what are you waiting for? You know, how many months are we going to let pass until we start to follow what lights us up? And this card's saying exactly that. What are you being drawn to? What weird thing have you been getting downloads about, intuitive hits, thinking I want to try that, I want to change or pivot or do something different? You've been getting these messages and you're just ignoring them, but the more you ignore them, the stronger it's coming. There's a path that you're meant to be following. There's places you're meant to be seeing, things you're meant to go to, and you are meant to be doing it. So whatever you are drawn to, whether it's joining something, whether it's a place, whether it's a person, whatever that is, please follow it. There is some message in there that is leading you exactly where you need to be. So you need to follow these intuitive downloads that you've been getting so that you end up exactly where you are meant to be. It might feel strange and it might feel like, well, how is that going to get me to the end point? You don't need to know that. Just getting to that next place is going to open the door. So you don't have to plan the whole journey. You just need to know that next step. So where is that next step? Follow it. That's the question. Okay. So card number 3. Again, it's such a similar theme, but slightly different takes on these cards. So you've got Trust the Niggle if you got card number 3. So what have you been called to do? What is that burning inside of you that's saying something feels off? I don't feel aligned. I don't feel in sync at the moment. I feel out of balance with things that are around me. And I see everybody else living this life and thinking that's fine, but there's something not right for me. So what is that? You know that deep inside there is a niggle, there is in there, there is just niggling away, just some inner talk, some inner nudge, something that's going, this is not for you. So what is it? What do you need to change? What do you need to pivot? What do you need to move to? Because that niggle is telling you, you've just got to tune into it. You've got to see what it is, because you're not actually feeling comfortable. But the thing is, you're sitting in your uncomfort zone rather than stretching into that nice zone where you feel good, you feel energized, you feel like things are in flow and in sync. And that's there for you, but you need to start listening to that inner voice that's saying where you need to go or what you need to leave or what you need to walk away from, because there's something that is making you feel off and you need to find out what that is. But I bet you already know and you're ignoring it. So if that's you and you know what it is and you've been ignoring it, stop. This is your message this week to say no more. Trust the niggle, move forward. Really, it is trying to tell you where to go. So lots of direction this week, lots of moving forward. So really, all the cards are about moving after your desires, going for that next step, but trusting your inner voice, trusting your inside, and as well, shutting off the persona, the ego that comes and tells you you're not good enough, you're not this, you're not that. Let that all go. And that's what we're going to be doing in Awaken the Abundant You. So we're going to be learning to tune into those desires, and we're going to be bringing in all that abundance that you need to go after them, but also learning to shut out that inner voice, shut out all that noise that it creates. So if that's for you, then come and join the 12-week program. It's going to be so much fun, and it starts on the 9th of March. I keep getting that wrong. Starts on the 9th of March, and the closing date is the 3rd. So please make sure you sign up before then. Bye.